This is one of my favorite shots, a nice high soft pitch shot over a bunker. Now this gets into a lot of players' heads because they're starting to think about what could go wrong here. I've got sand, I don't have a lot of green to work with, what if I go over the green? All these negative thoughts that shouldn't really enter your mind, because if you do this correctly with the proper technique, it's actually a very simple shot. Understanding the way the wedge is designed is key. You want to be able to take your sand or lob wedge and use the trailing edge of the club, the back part of the club, which we call the bounce, to hit the ground. This allows the club to slide. That's important because then you don't have to be as precise to hit a good shot. All I'm trying to do here is get my swing to hit the ground somewhere behind the ball within a couple of inches and then let the bounce do its work. And the way I like to think about this is, I like to get the club to line up with my right arm, my right forearm specifically, at impact. If I do that, as you can see, I have a slightly backward leaning shaft at impact. And if I have a backward leaning shaft, I've got the bounce exposed to the ground, and now the club can slide. As I'm hitting the ground here, this club is sliding along the grass for about 5 or 6 inches. So I have that much of a margin of error. I do not have to hit the golf ball first, and I definitely don't want to take a divot. If I take a divot, it means that I've leaned the shaft forward and exposed the leading edge, which is the digging part of the club. So what I'm going to do here is play the ball a little bit more forward in my stance. On a chip shot, I usually play it about middle, but in pitching, I like to see it slightly more forward in the stance. Again, I'm not trying to get my divot past the ball here. I'm trying to slide the club under the ball with the bounce. So let's go ahead and give this shot a try. Again, I'm going to play the ball more forward in my stance. Weight's a little bit more on my left foot than my right. And I'm going to have the bounce slide right under the ball. A high, soft shot. The bunker was never in play. And as you can see, if you look at the ground where I just hit from, there's no divot there because the bounce just slid right along the grass. Let's take a look at that from the face-on angle. So I'm going to demonstrate this shot now from this face-on angle, and then I'm going to show you a drill that's really going to help you understand how to hit this shot correctly. So again, I'm going to put the ball a little bit more forward in my stance. You can even open your club face a little bit if you want. Your weight's going to be a little bit more on your left foot than your right. And then again, we're going to try to slide the bounce under the ball, which means we're going to try to get that shaft more in line with the right forearm at impact. Beautiful, nice, high, soft shot. Lands really softly. Again, you can see there's no divot where I hit from. Now, my favorite drill to learn this shot is just the right arm drill. I actually think that a lot of players are better off just using their right arm and not even having their left arm on the club for this. When you have your right arm swinging the club, the shaft tends to line up more with your right arm, and now I'm thumping the ground with the bounce. What would be really difficult is hitting this shot left-handed, because when you do that, the shaft leans forward, we expose the leading edge, that digs, and also that de-lofts the club. So let's just go ahead and take the left hand out of the equation, and let's try to get the shaft to line up with the right forearm. Again, the bounce will do all the work. Takes one hop and just checks on the green. It's a beautiful shot, and the greenskeeper will love you because you're not taking a divot.